Mike here. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It looks like it's sort of fixed. I think we have some of the chat, I think, stretching. It looks like it fixed itself, so what I was seeing actually wasn't the case, so maybe there wasn't some big problems here. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Please say if you can hear me. That way I know everything's working. Just doing some last minute checks here really quick. It looks. I thought that my bars were having problems, so the sort of the chat bars, you can see the frames around the chat bar and my box, I thought was gone, because when I was looking at it, it shows that it was gone until I transitioned to BlueStacks, and then it looks like it's okay. The text is slightly outside the frame there, but I think I'm gonna leave it. It would take me too long to fool around with that, so I'm gonna leave that for now, and hopefully everyone's having a great Saturday. And hopefully the mic sound is fixed. I was having a little bit of a problem. You guys might have heard that if you watched my blog review video. It was a bit scratchy. I'm not sure why. Maybe there was a loose connection, and I didn't notice that until after I'd already filmed everything, which is a bit of a pain. So hopefully that's fixed from now. So, hope everyone's having a great Saturday. We're here amid the Anti-Venom Waking Nightmare event. And so hopefully everyone's doing okay on that so far. I think I'm doing alright. I did manage to clear the Dream Warriors milestone, the Blitz daily milestone thing. So that's done for the day. But I think we're on course for Lucid Dreams, which is the raid one as well. I'm apparently not #1, which is surprising, but I think if you get like close to 9,000 points a day or so for your alliance, then you're on par to sort of finish it by the end of the 10 days. It is going to be a bit tight, and it depends on kind of, I think, how many Masked Caper characters your alliance has that they can raid with as well, and what they have available to them. So we're going to get to some of that. I'm just going to do a little bit of autoing here while we kind of wait for some people to show up. And let's get my windows back open properly here. There we are. So we're gonna start off by just doing some alpha rating to begin with. We actually, for my alliance, we started doing Ultimus 7 normal mode, just so it was easier for people to sort of clear with the Masked Capers in the event that they didn't have. I don't know, who's running what necessarily, so we went down from U7.1 to just regular Ultimus 7 so that we could clear this raid milestone a bit easier. So, I'm just going to be using my symbiote roster here to kind of clear through some of these nodes in alpha while we wait for people to show up. I actually do want to do an arena match. I haven't been keeping up with all the content creators' videos, but I did see a really interesting way of clearing Black Order teams with Anti-Venom and Doc Ock. So I want to give that a shot on my end to see if I can actually do it or not. There is some pretty beefy Black Order teams in my arena, but maybe it might be possible, so we'll have to find out in a few minutes. I'm not sure if that works, at least in relation with the symbiotes. Basically, you're supposed to remove Carnage and add in Doc Ock, and that prevents you from getting offense down by Ebony Maw, and I think it's really the combination of Venom, but also Anti-Venom keeping everyone alive that makes it work. It's very T4 heavy, though, and that's why you're needing to use them. I think, at least in the video that I watched, I think Scream and Anti-Venom both had quite a few T4s on them, and I think maybe even Venom might have the special T4, because that gives you extra bleeds, 2-turn bleeds and things, so not too sure. I'll have to try it myself, see if it works. If it doesn't really matter, because I have Black Order pretty high anyways, but I wanted to give it a shot to see, if other combinations were possible, because that could be quite interesting. But obviously Doc Ock, not that many people have him. I haven't even run across him that many times in war, so I think there's a low percentage of players who maybe managed to unlock Doc Ock. Maybe, like, I'm not even gonna guess, but I know in my alliance only 2, maybe 3 people unlocked Doc Ock out of 24, so it wasn't including myself, so that's not very many at all. So until Doc Ock comes back around again for a second pass, which I suspect won't be till January maybe, it might not be too plausible of a comp I guess, for Arena, but we'll have to see how more farmable Black Order gets as well, because we do have Corvus Glaive now, who is available, and I suspect it's just a matter of time for Proxima Midnight as well. Cull Obsidian, he is a bit of a better one, I think, but so we'll have to see how long that takes to become farmable. 7 red Doc Ock. Oh, lucky you. Unfortunately, I didn't get that many reds on my Doc Ock. I have 5? 4? I think I have 5. No, I have 4. I think I have 4. I think I pulled. I remember. Yeah, okay. I pulled a lot of stuff on there, and that was the really bad red star pull where I got, I think, a 6 red shield security and a 6 red hand sorceress. Trying to pull for Doc Ock, I was really, really disappointed by that. How long does it take to reach player level 75? To be honest, I'm not sure. From start to finish, I'm pretty sure that even just to go from 60 to 75 probably takes a handful of months. 1 to 75, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe somebody in the chat might know who's maybe done it more recently. Hand rework. Yeah, that's... I mean, it's a matter of time, right? So whether or not it's next patch necessarily or the patch after, I suspect that, you know, that's the only thing left, really, other than Ravagers, but I have no idea what they will end up doing for Ravagers, just because there's only, like, what, 3 of them plus Yondu, so I'm not sure what they... Legendary Ravager? I don't know what they would have to do to make it work. And they'd have to do a lot because, you know, obviously Stitcher's trash. Bruiser's not terrible, but his special is kind of crappy. But the fact that he taunts on a basic attack is pretty neat. And it's kind of unique, actually. Nobody else does that, as far as I'm aware. I did watch the strike time, yeah. So in my blog post, I did try to sum up the strike time video information for what was available there, just so if people didn't want to watch it. There was... A lot of people are saying that Dark Dimension 4 traits are set. I'm not entirely sure, because really what it made it sound like, and what some people on Reddit are suggesting, is that essentially it's just a rehash of Dark Dimension 3 without legendary characters. And to me that seems super lazy design, and I don't know if that's actually what it's going to be, or he misspoke, or he was using it as an example. I don't know if they're just simply rehashing the, you know, just saying, hey, okay, here's global cosmic city, just you can't use legendaries. I think that would be a super disservice to the community to just rehash. I mean, maybe the nodes are slightly different, but I think it would be a bit of a disservice to basically do the same thing. It's not, in terms of, if that's the case, how you would go about looking for it would be, you would just replace Phoenix with probably Yellow Jacket now, and maybe you might not use Colossus instead. You might want to use maybe Marauders, you know, but still, in terms of the overall change and differences of who you take, is very minor if that's the case. So, yeah, I did hear that there's going to be a legendary section where it's allowed, but other than that, though, I just don't. Yeah, but I don't think that that's going to be enough. Like I think a super lazy design. If all they're doing is just doing global, cosmic, and city, and removing legendaries, personally, I think it's lazy. And I guess that makes it easier for us to decide who we're going to take if that's the case. But I'm going to wait for more. I don't know if I take that necessarily as official confirmation, and so I would like to see something more specifically about that. Before I go in on... It's just, you know, honestly, it wouldn't be much different than Dark Dimension 3. You know, if there's a new lane that allows legendaries, then basically it's just going to be it's going to be the first 4 nodes that you do now in Dark Dimension 3, just in this new legendary lane, unless you can only use legendaries, which then, again, isn't that difficult either. You just have the 5 best legendaries. Personally, I thought that it was going to be a gear-based lane, you know, Mystic, Biotech, and things like that. So I just think there's too many people with the right characters already at Tier 14 if they're just rehashing Global, Cosmic, and City, because we have all of them. I mean, anyone who's cleared Dark Dimension 3 already has, you know, all of the characters that you need for that. So I'm not 100% believing, you know, I've seen some people do videos already, these are the Dark Dimension 4 requirements, but until I see it officially, I'm suspect, only because what's the point of Yellow Jacket's kit then? Is it just to replace Phoenix in the global lane? Because, you know, I feel like why would we level up Ant-Man, Wasp, or any of these other Quantum characters if we can already use, let's say, Marauders and things like that? So, there's a lot to say about this Dark Dimension 4 thing, but I personally would like to see a bit more of official confirmation that's the case before I make videos on that. But yeah, that's just me. Sorry, I went on a tangent there talking about that, and I kind of missed the chat a little. Hey, Scorch. Battle passes, we'll have to wait and see. So I did some research on the battle passes of Scopely, particularly Star Trek Fleet Command and Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. And they're currently priced at $20 US. Now, if that's the case going forward, we might see something like that here, perhaps, but the devil's in the detail, of course. That's just the precedent based on what they have there. So, and looking at the Looney Tunes World of Mayhem, they actually locked a legendary character, or what they call a legendary character, whatever their version of that is, behind the battle pass. So that, you know, creates some interesting dynamics. What would they potentially lock, if anything, behind the battle pass here? Would they lock a skin? Would they lock an actual character? I think if they lock actual characters, people might be disappointed, because I heard in the grapevine somewhere that Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes did something, maybe not like a battle pass exactly, I don't know, maybe someone else can attest to this, but like locking characters behind other paywalls of sorts. So I hope that isn't like here, but we'll have to wait and see. Is my Blitz timers back up so I can auto? Yes, there is. Okay, so we're going to do this for a few minutes, just because obviously Anti-Venom event is on right now, and I need to get some Fright Light Orb Fragments. So hopefully we can get some lucky drops here. Maybe get like an 1,000 drop would be great. The next bottleneck that stops the average player from even starting Dark Dimension 3, the bottleneck should be slow. Oh, sorry, Dark Dimension 4. Obviously, it's going to be the gear pieces for Dark Dimension 4. It's going to be those new mini uniques that are available for Gear 15. So you're going to need to farm those up, probably by refreshing the supply store, whether it's regular supplies or war store. I suspect you're going to need to farm that there. I don't think that they're going to... They might give it in like the orange war orb. To be honest, I've been saving my elite war credits in the event that they rework the orange orb again to include those G15 uniques. So I haven't been opening any of those just in case. So if you want to hoard anything, that might be something to hoard, although I can't guarantee that's actually going to do anything. Yeah, from what they said in the, speaking of what Clown Prince said, in the Strike Time video, it did sound definitely that the Battle Pass is going to include some potential stuff for PvP as well, but some daily and weekly objectives. So that's for sure what we know is coming. What more might be locked behind it, I don't know if it's been mentioned. I don't know exactly when they're planning on bringing it out, if it's next patch, which would only be in 2 weeks' time, or would it be the patch after that, which is probably closer to the end of the year kind of thing. So, again, we'll have to wait and see as well. I don't think Clash of Clans is Scopely, though, so Battle Passes are obviously going to vary from company to company and game to game, but we can look at the current pricing for the 2 games that I mentioned in terms of what we might be able to expect. And for light spenders, I mean, if you're not a spender, you're not going to spend anyways, but I think if you're a light spender, you might instead buy the Battle Pass instead of, you know, those sort of better offers, those like $5 offers that happen up occasionally. So for me, that's probably what I'd end up doing. You know, I'm hoping it's no more than $20 US, but, you know, I tend to spend maybe about $5 or $6 here and there on those like really good offers. So I mean, I would just do that instead of, I would buy the Battle Pass instead of these other offers, and hopefully that would make up for it. But I have no idea what the new legendary character is, but I'm just hoping that the Battle Pass doesn't lock legendary characters in that way, that somehow, even if you don't have the Battle Pass, that you'll still be able to do, you know, if you play the game really well, resource management and all that stuff, that you can still get ahead. You know, like, to be honest, I don't spend all that much. A lot of people think I spend a lot of money on this game, but I don't. I'm just really good at resource management, and I know what to look out for and how to prepare for a lot of things, and I hoard occasionally, and so that's why I'm usually ready for these kind of things. But yeah, like Clown Prince just said there, Pin Particle Team more than likely will be required from that. I would go with the assumption that it is, and then just work really hard on the events, the blitzes, or whatever they do for the release methods for that. It's very common to do that sort of formula. They have 2 old characters who are farmable, 3 new characters who are not. Just like the Asgardians were when they had Loki and Thor, and then when they had Inhumans with Miss Marvel and Quake, and they had other Inhumans as well. So it's and X-Force, Deadpool and Cable. So it's a very common formula. I don't know if they're gonna diverge too much from that formula. So that seems very likely. So if you're wanting to get a head start on the next legendary, you might not necessarily have to pay for them, but you will have to probably blitz really hard and encore the event if they're the event character. So I'm thinking that it might be Yellow Jacket just because he's the first one announced. I don't remember about Swarm if he was the first one announced for the last patch or for this patch for Scream. I don't remember the order of announcements, but yeah. So I think Yellow Jacket could be the event character, which is interesting because again he has Dark Dimension text. What I'm afraid of is like. The reason why that, to me, Yellow Jacket's kit was a red flag for, like, a possible tech lane for Dark Dimension 4. Like, I don't believe that it's going to be a complete rehash of Global, Cosmic, and City. Just, even though other people are saying that right now, it just, like, giving giving Yellow Jacket a Dark Dimension tag thing, it might not be enough to necessarily make him take him to G15 unless it's a tech lane, so why would you, because there's other good global characters. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to take Yellow Jacket up. So that's why I'm a bit suspect of all these people who are saying that it's just going to be Global, City, Cosmic without legendaries. But anyways. How many orb fragments are awarded for a blitz win? At the very minimum, 50. You can get up to 2,000, I think, and there's 1,000 as well. I think it's 50, 100, 150, 375, 1,000, 2,000, I think. If there's any denominations I just missed, then feel free to point that out, but I'm pretty sure that's all of them. I actually thought it was 350, but then I'm pretty sure it's 375. So... Well, if you only have 15 blitz teams, you just have to use those 15 blitz teams, or use like 12 and then use 3 of them to tier down just to make it a bit easier on your. Because that's what I do. Is I mass blitz, and then I have 5 or 6 sort of like minion teams that I just use to tier down, basically. It's not fun, but it's kind of part of the game. But in December, we're getting blitz simulations apparently, so. That's why it makes me wonder, what are they going to be replacing? What are they going to be replacing Blitz with? So if we're saving time with Blitz simulation or simulating or whatever you want to call it, what are they going to add to the game? Because this is a big bulk of the time that we spend on the game. So if we're not doing it on Blitz, where else is it going to go? PvP? Probably, because they talked about that in the strike time. In terms of what to expect, I'm not 100% sure. Are they planning a league system in PvP? They mentioned that there's going to be some sort of arena-esque live PvP system. So to me, that sounds like there might be a competitive element with possibly a ranking of some degree, whatever that ends up being. So I don't know if that's planned necessarily for next patch. We'll have to wait and see about that as well. There seems to be a lot of wait and sees. There's no direct, definitive timelines on any of these things. Oh, my nose is itchy. Concentrating on one team at a time. When do you consider a team done to change to the next one? Boggy, I would say, personally for me, about tier 9, tier 10, unless you really want to take them up too much further. But it depends on, if you can afford those resources or not, because some teams require a lot of the same resources, like Fantastic Four all bio, Power Armor all tech, for example, so that's a lot of gear. In terms of Blitz, though, I mean, you could probably just take them all to a reasonable level, like, I don't know, tier 6, 7, 8, something like that, and they should be winnable. But if you want points... if you're trying to compete for points as well, I would say about tier 9, tier 10 is where I would take a full team. And then if I really like the team, then I'll take it further. But it really depends on that. So I hope that helps. But if you're trying to widen your roster, it really depends on what point of the game you're at. If you can afford to widen your roster, I know people will just streamline a certain, an arena team, a raid team, and whatnot. And then work on Blitz and War stuff later, because Blitz and War is basically the same thing in terms of widening your roster. You're going to want to focus on more teams for those modes, but a lot of people do that after they've already settled on their sort of raid and arena. Now that we have 5 symbiotes for people with Dark Dimension 3 in mind, does Scream or Anti-Venom take over from Venom? No, absolutely not. I don't think so. I don't believe that... I personally think that Venom should still be the 3rd character for Dark Dimension 3 for the city lane. I personally don't even think you don't need Venom either to clear Dark Dimension 3 city. You can do it fine with Symbiote Spider-Man Carnage. It'll just take you maybe a couple more days than you would if you had Venom. Or maybe more than a couple days, but it's not, if you don't want to level Venom to tier 14, you don't have to. You could probably use one of the other symbiotes if you prefer them, or you have really good red stars or whatnot. But for sure, Symbiote Spider-Man and Carnage can't go without them in Dark Dimension 3 City, so make sure you get those 2 up before you consider any of the other ones. And then maybe once I actually get my Dark Dimension 2 back around, I'll actually get to show off all 5 symbiotes in the city lane. I'll probably just trash it on auto or something. Hey Fojin, welcome back to the stream. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday today. This is also my first live stream since I've become monetized with YouTube as well. So I want to thank everyone here who probably watches my videos and thank them for your support for getting me to this point. And I just wanted to point that one out because it was a pretty big milestone for me hitting the 1,000 subs. We're a bit over that now, but I'm really happy with how things have been going, especially in only about 5 months' time really it took to get here. So obviously we're not over. We're still going ahead, but I just wanted to point that out to everyone and thank everyone for their support. So keep on being awesome. Yeah, I heard about the new Greek raids with no health charges. Sorry to go back on that one. But I actually don't mind alpha and beta raids. It's gamma. Gamma is the crappiest part of the Greek raids because they're so outdated. The teams that you can use in the gamma raids particularly is just is really bad. So and it's disappointing because the gamma raid, which is over now, but you can only use characters like really old teams, like a lot of these new teams you won't be able to use. So I hope by the next iteration of gamma, which is in, I don't know, maybe in a month or so when it cycles back around to gamma, that hopefully they fix that, because it's super irritating that I can't use like half of my teams that I've actually bothered to level up now, and I'm forced to use like aim and shield and stuff that people might not have now if they're newer players. So if you're running Gamma 4 and you're a new player, like I don't expect you to have Kree minions leveled up or necessarily aim or shield or things like that. So it's kind of crappy. Thanks, Gabriel. We've come a long way since the early beginnings. Whoever's been with me near the beginning, anyways. Main T4s on Anti-Venom. Personally, I go with the basic and the ultimate, and then the other 2, I think. I think I got the passive 3rd, and then the special. I don't have the special yet, actually. So I don't know if that's going to. When we finish Blitz, I'm going to go into Arena and try this sort of new Black Order counter, supposedly. I'm wondering if, because of how many T4s I have, I might not actually be able to do it because I don't have the right ones. But I think I started with the ultimate, and then I went with the basic, because the symbiote's basic a lot. If you're, depending on if you're autoing or not, but if you're playing it, often you can just get through the raids just by basic attacking everything. And so having more damage on the basic attack, I think, helps. But I would say alt, basic, passive, and special, but that's just my opinion. What's interesting about the passive, and someone in my alliance mentioned this, is that the passive T4 suggests that it clears 1 negative effect from everyone. Checks each of the symbiotes and clears 1. But if there's, say, 3 negative effects on one symbiote and nothing on everyone else, supposedly, I don't have the passive T4 actually, or I do now, but I haven't tested this, that it'll clear all 3 of those negative effects from that one symbiote, because basically you have like 5 cleanses, and if it doesn't cleanse on anyone else, it can cleanse more than 1 on a particular symbiote. That's what I've been told. I haven't been checking too much, but somebody in my alliance who has Anti-Venom also told me that, so I'm hoping he's not wrong on that. But that sounds pretty interesting and different to what the text would suggest, how that clears. Which is actually better, because that means you're getting more out of it. I haven't done a TCP calculation on War. I'm not there yet. I'm almost done my Blitz rotation, but I guess I can... It's probably... My Alliance War today is probably going to be really bad. We won the last 2 wars, so I wholly expect to get crushed. But, you know, still need to do it anyways for World Warrior points. Oh. Garrett. Oh, I know who this is. Okay, so someone fed me lies. Yeah, when Black Order... So I actually, Gabriel, I started my channel when the Black Order first came out. So when Ebony Maw first came out, that was actually my very first video, I think. I did like a massive orb opening or something for Ebony Maw. And that's when I started doing my channel. And so, you know, I'm really appreciative for everyone who's, you know, stuck with me since then. I know it's been growing. It was a bit slow at the start, but of course, you know, I think as all things are, you know, they get a bit quicker as you get big. You know, it's a weird thing, you know, like the bigger you get, the faster you grow, or I guess you could relate that to real life, I suppose, that some people, like the rich get richer. I'm not saying I'm rich, otherwise I'd be buying all these offers, but... Gold 4. And the first war today only has 5 members. Well, congratulations to you for a free win, Clown Prince. Because I highly doubt that's the case in my war today. We are Gold 4. I think we're at like 10,000, I don't know, 50 or something trophies now. 60 trophies maybe, 1,060. I know we're a long way off from Platinum 1. But I think it's really funny because my alliance isn't actually super serious when it comes to Alliance War. You know, we're pretty casual. I don't force people to do, you know, many attacks. I used to get on to people about certain things, but I don't do it anymore. And so if we can get to Gold 4, you know, a pretty casual alliance, it makes me wonder, what is the average ranking for most alliances? Like, where can you realistically expect to get to? So... It seems like, you know, most alliances, if you try reasonably, you know, you can make to the Gold 2, Gold 3 level. Like, that seems to be like the average range of alliances these days if you've been around for a while. Which is pretty good, all things considered, for rewards. You know, what you get out of it is pretty nice daily. Or each war, I think I'm getting about 25 oranges per war match, so that's an extra 75 a week. 9 million? 9 million TCP? I'm not there yet. I think I'm like 8.7. I'll check some stuff after I go through this. My apologies for the boring blitzes, but of course, for anyone doing the Anti-Venom event, you know that this is a necessary evil right now, and so yes, I'm taking advantage of your stream time to do my blitzing, but yeah, I have to do at least 1 rotation during this, so... Oh, the blitz points. Is that high? I mean, maybe for me it is, but... or maybe for others it is, rather, but I'm actually under... I think if I want to get 100 shards for She-Hulk, which I don't care. But apparently it's about 18 million again for this one. I got 100 shards from the last... 100 shards from the last She-Hulk event. I don't plan on doing it a second time. I don't know... Hold on 1 second. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. It's been... My room is... Maybe allergies are kicking in or something. Oh, God. 2.5 million TCP. Congratulations, Morgan Moggs. I do have an air purifier, Fojin. Thank you. I have a Dyson, which is a built-in air purifier fan and heater. Cost me $500 Canadian last year. It's really great. Unfortunately, it's behind the green screen, so I don't have it running currently. Actually, you know, I think I have it on the heating function, which probably isn't helpful. Maybe I need to open the window. 1 second. It's funny because I'm opening the window, and yet it's like super cold out, I think. But I had the heater on earlier. Blitzing, I don't know if you can blitz better. You can blitz more than you did before. I don't know if I would say this event made me blitz better, but yeah, I'm definitely having to blitz a little bit more. But how can I say no to rewards? That being said, this event, I don't think actually gives you as much rewards as previous events did. In terms of like the mini uniques, I'm actually kind of disappointed with how many you get near the end. Like, for me, it's probably not that big of a deal. But when you look back at other events like the Fun in the Sun, I think might have been the last biggest one in July or whenever that was, and you had tons of rewards in there in those, so it was worth doing for that. But here it's just like, like, I don't know, 12 mini uniques or something. It's not as crazy as it was before. I might say it could be something to do with the Do More campaign, but of course we're expected to possibly get Do More Chapter 2 next patch, or hopefully in 2 weeks. And I think that's leading up to, obviously, level 80, and then having these new G15 uniques, which we're going to have to farm. So I suspect that those new G15 uniques are going to be very hard to come by, likely through the stores only, to force people to use power cords to get it. And maybe, if we're lucky, they'll let us have it in the War Store. I honestly don't remember when G14 first came out, if they were available in the War Store to begin with. I actually don't remember the timing between Alliance War and the War Store and G14. I should start keeping track of dates. I have this spreadsheet where I keep track of characters. I need to keep track of like important other dates for other releases of features and things like that, so I can like look back at it and be like, okay, yeah, that's what happened at this time. Like a history log. Feature log. Oh, and Scream, yeah, Scream's in the orbs. And the event's not even over. Like, can you believe it? I know it's not a huge deal because, you know, the likelihood of getting a single character in the orbs is incredibly low. But, still, guys, I mean, come on. I can't believe that they would make Scream available that soon in the orbs before the event's even over. They did that, I think, with Swarm as well, but I thought that was just because they did really poorly in terms of monetizing Swarm. So... you and me both, yeah. I'm waiting for a 5 red upgrade on Scream. I believe I only got 4, I think. I have to check that. I got 5 Anti-Venom. I think I only got 4 for Scream. So I'm definitely going to be holding out for a 5 Scream if that's the case. A 5 Doc Ock I want to get, and a 6 Cull Obsidian when he becomes available to farm. I won't do it before someone becomes farmable because you never know necessarily when that might be and whether or not you'll pull them, you know, randomly through regular orbs, so I don't want to bite the bullet on that, or jump the gun on that. I suspect that Scream will show up in the Elite Store maybe in about a month's time. Let me pull up my spreadsheet here, and then we can take a look at the characters' data for that. Might show up on my right screen here. Oh, I think my computer might be freaking out because I'm opening too many things at once. There we go. Oh, it showed up over here. Okay, so because I don't have to pay attention to my blitzing, I had this here. So red stars. This red here is the Red Star store. So I don't even know if you guys can see it on my there. I have to zoom in maybe. So this, oh god, what happened? So this is Electro, October 21. So it was basically like a full month from when Electro was put into the orbs when she became in the Red Star orbs. So 21st of September 21st of October for Electro, which was just a couple days ago when Electro got into the Red Star store. So if we expect something similar, then we might see about November 22 for Scream into the Red Star store. So keep your eyes on that date if you're looking to get some Red Stars for Scream. It'll probably be in about just under a month's time, probably about 4 weeks. What's this song? That's a good question. I have a playlist of sort of free-to-use songs that I compiled from YouTube that allows me to do it without getting copyright strikes and things like that. So they aren't like you're not supposed to use you know, mainstream music, I guess you could say, because that you can get copyright strikes for that on YouTube without getting permission to use them, which is very difficult and a pain for a lowly YouTuber like me. The Black Bolt event should be coming around in early December. That's the estimated time, but hopefully you're ready for that. And you got your Asgardians. Yeah, Asgardians ready. I was trying to remember. Yep, that's right. I don't think I've gotten anything above like 100 fragments. Has anyone seen anything lucky here? I've been just kind of scrolling through, but I think it's just been like 50 and 100s. I don't think I got anything big yet. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do this match here to get us to tier 6, and then I'm going to go back and tier myself down, I think. Yeah, you got some really nice Mega Orb pulls there, Scorch. You got super, super lucky. Sif and Hela, was it? So that's crazy. Heimdall's in the Fright Light Orb, actually, so I don't know if you... I know it's not Anti-Venom, but you might get some side drops for other characters that might be somewhat relevant. One Karnak Star. Yeah, well, I mean, Maul's going to be after Black Bolt, so you should have some time. At least 10 to 14 days probably after Black Bolt, so you're probably looking at end of December. We're probably looking at I would say, just after January, or sometime in January for Doc Ock. And then I suspect whatever new legendary that is going to be will be in like early February. I think that's a very similar timeline to what Black Bolt originally came in this year. I believe he was released in late January, early February, something like that. I don't have the date on that, actually. Right, so let's tier down really quick. And my nose, man, oh god, I don't know why it's so bad. More power on the humans? Depends on what star you're going for. I don't know if you need them too high. Obviously, if you have Black Bolt, if you get Black Bolt, just power Black Bolt up and that'll do a lot of the... Why am I fighting this? Take that down. There you go. If you power up Black Bolt, then you should be able to carry the event with him, as long as you gear him up. I would obviously do a little bit of work into... Probably Crystal is the next best in humans in my opinion, and then maybe Karnak can be left for last, but he is skill, so it might be a little bit easier to gear up. And unfortunately, Quake and Miss Marvel are both bio if you don't have them geared up. Yeah, you know, it's funny because I'm not sure. Black Bolt's really, really good, don't get me wrong. I'm not because of where we're at in the game, I don't know if you necessarily need to take him to tier 14. I have him in 14 because I used him all the time in raids, and he's still going to get a lot of uses, but I don't know if you need to take that jump from 13 to 14 necessarily if you're not going to be using him in Dark Dimension 3 or 4 in the future. So really, really, really solid, strong character, but whether or not you need to take him above 13 with some T4s might depend on where you're sitting at for like symbiotes, because if you have a symbiote team, I think they're just as good for rating or better, depending on what you have available. I love how She-Hulk and Beast here is on this crappy benched Sinister 6 team that I have, and even then it's still 185k, but I can't really win with them very much at high tiers, so I just kind of use them to 2 down. Yeah, I'm thinking the new Legendary will be, at the earliest, probably late January, but I think early mid-February is a pretty good guess. Now, who that is, I mean, that's anyone's guess, right? Some people are suggesting it might be Blade. I actually really want Blade to come to the game. I don't know if he's legendary material, but maybe people were really shocked about Shuri being a legendary, because in terms of the Marvel lore and things like that, Blade is a great character, but I don't know if he's legendary material. Like, if you ask me, characters like Magneto, Nick Fury, Phoenix, you know, these are all legendary lore, Marvel, you know, lore material. I would say the only reason why Star-Lord was added as legendary is actually because of the popularity of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the MCU movies. I don't think a lot of people actually knew who Star-Lord was prior to Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie. Guardians of the Galaxy movies and things like that. I think that really blew up the popularity of them, and that's why they became a legendary in Strike Force, of course. And then, yeah, there's a few. Doc Ock, you know, very, you know, that's legendary material right there. Unfortunately, he's not as good as some of the other legendaries, but nonetheless, you know, lore-wise, he's still very well known, and so deserving of that legendary. I think if Thanos wasn't in the game at the time, I think he would have been brought in as a legendary over Ebony Maw. And again, that probably was because of the popularity of the movies, of the Infinity War movies for Ebony Maw. Null, God of the Symbiotes. Well, I mean, that's going to be sometime down the line. They're not going to... I don't care what anyone says. They're not bringing a legendary symbiote in just after releasing a full team when they're already, like, super OP. They're not... Null's not going to happen anytime soon. It's going to be, like, way down the line. But anyone following the actual comics, there is, I believe, Planet of the Symbiotes or some sort of comic series that's coming in the new year, I believe. I was at the comic book store just a couple days ago. I spent a lot of money on new comics, actually. I'm trying to keep... I was 3 months behind on Marvel Comics, and I picked up all the Empire series to finish that up because I really wanted to see it all. And then, of course, I'm following a lot of the Mutant comics, so I am very excited for things like Excalibur. So I'm wondering if down the line we might get an Excalibur team. I would really love that. I'm sure everyone does want Null, but I think we're going to be waiting a little bit of time for that. Green Goblin could have been a legendary, but I think Doc Ock was probably... I think Doc Ock is more known than Green Goblin. But I do want us to get a glider version of some Goblin, you know, whether that's probably going to be Hobgoblin at this point, but I kind of... This is a bit weird about the Green Goblin release. I know I actually didn't watch the Spider-Verse Into the Spider-Verse until like a month ago. So I was wondering why they had that model of Green Goblin. I realized he was in there. That's like the ultimate Green Goblin, I guess, or ultimate version of him. Okay, so we're gonna do this arena match here and try to beat... Holy crap, I got pushed back to 15? That's pretty bad for me. I don't know if I can afford this, but let's try and... Oh my god. Look who's here at number 11. I can't fight number 11 because then I'm gonna have a really angry person in my house. So we need to go to 12. I don't know if I can beat 12. Well, we'll see if we can do it with the supposed Black Order counter with... What the heck? Okay, I can't do that either. Come on. Who the hell is... Okay, we're gonna have to come back to Arena in like a few minutes. Because apparently somebody's battling number 12. And I don't want to battle 11. Okay, we're gonna come back in a minute. Let's check on Alliance War. Red Goblin? Who the heck's Red Goblin? I've never heard of that. Someone enlighten me on Red Goblin. Hairy Green Goblin with glider? But wouldn't that just be like a skin, sort of? Because they would have, unless they created a brand new character, Green Goblin Harry Osborn, but I mean, that's getting a bit sketchy and sort of into skin territory, I think. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there is two, I mean, yeah, okay, there's Do you mean Spider-Man and Symbiote Spider-Man, or Symbiote and Miles? Or, sorry, Spider-Man and Miles. Because, yeah... I guess it's the same person, I suppose, but it's more just... It just, to me, it seems like it's more into like skin territory when you say like Green Goblin now and then Green Goblin Glider, you know, unless they had a brand new character. But I don't want them to dive into what they do in other games like Future Fight, I think, and Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, where they literally have like 8 characters, 8 versions of the same character, even though they're different. I don't want them to go down that road. So I'm concerned that if they start doing that, that might be a slippery slope into doing multiple versions of the same character. So War here is okay. We're down through Flight Deck 2 already, it seems. And what's Reactor with a security debuff? A Green Goblin symbiote, basically? That's weird. I think Contest of Champions is more... well, the game's been out for longer, so they've had more time to release characters, I suppose. We still have a backlog, and honestly, I'm not surprised that Yellow Jacket's coming out, because he's been in the data files for some time. I'm pretty sure he was supposed to come out around the time of Ant-Man and the Wasp, somewhere around there, and then he never ended up making it out. And then we still have Red Guardian in the data files that hasn't come out, because Black Widow movie got pushed back, so I suspect they're holding these characters, and even Beast was in the data files for a very long time. So I suspect, because looking at Yellow Jacket's animations, looks not too far off of what we already see from, you know, Ant-Man and Wasp. It looks like it was probably designed at the same time, and so they're just coming out with... They probably just changed the kit, but the animations are probably roughly the same. And I can't do anything. I can't do War, I can't do Arena, because everyone else is taking my stuff. Let's go back to Arena and then come back to War. Alright. Did somebody beat that rank 12? Poor guy, because then, like, he just beat that... Yeah, they just switched places. So that guy's gonna switch places with me. What a poor guy. If we... Wait, what score was that? 539. So, apparently you can punch up to 100k with this team, assuming I have all the T4s. So... we take out Carnage, which actually is interesting because I don't know if I'm gonna... What's my total team power? 445. That's, yeah, about 100k punch up. Now, I don't know if this matters, the placement. I'm gonna go with this. Actually, hold on. Before I do anything, I'm gonna check my T4s really quick on my symbiotes. I still didn't max out Scream. I think I might get this one. I just need to check my symbiote roster really quick. So symbiote Spider-Man's maxed out. That's not a problem. Anti-Venom, yeah, I'm missing the special. And Scream's missing the ultimate, and I might just max it out, and then I would like to get this at some point, this special on Venom. And for raids, actually, I've been thinking about getting the basic on Carnage, just because I basic so frequently when I actually play him, that 50% extra damage might make a huge difference. I think I'm gonna get this here. Oops. Yeah, I don't have a 5 red star on Scream, so when she comes out to the red stars, I'm gonna have to buy that. I think I'm gonna get this. I'm kind of poor on poor-ish on T4s now. I need to kind of hold, I think, for the next patch, just to see what we might need for Yellow Jacket or anything. If I even need to take Yellow Jacket up based on his kit. So the gold milestone here. What? How much? I didn't spend very much today. I need to up my spending here. I need to get these Hammer Frost shards. Sorry, let me do that really quick. So I need to spend 950k, I think, on some of these heart characters, I guess. 70. That's 295. What did I say? 950. So that's an extra 660 or something I need to do. I think I'm done with him though. He doesn't have any. Actually, I'll take him to 71 maybe. Karnak. 69. And I'll take Ironheart to 70. There we go. That's my gold milestone, I think. Is that enough? 1.25. There we go. Now we're gonna go back into arena here. So I got that that T4 ultimate with Scream, and I think that's gonna be important here. So we're gonna jump back in here. We're gonna use the same team, so it's 450. This is almost 100k, but not quite 100k, like 90k punch up. So if OMG can do it, maybe I can do it too. So let's find out. If not, I'm gonna go back into my regular black order. I think I am missing a bit of yellow stars and maybe even some red stars on Scream. That's where I'm kind of lacking at the moment. And I unfortunately only got 4 red on Doc Ock instead of 5, so I'm kind of a bit lower in terms of my red stars for competitiveness. Let's see if we can beat this. If not, I definitely need to work my way back down again later. Oh god, hang in there. Alright, so there wasn't really anything to flip here, so we put on the regens and all the buffs. I'm gonna resist that, hopefully. Yeah, everyone resisted. And we're gonna apply the defense down here, I think. We're gonna try. We didn't land it on Thanos, unfortunately. And then we need to get the offense down. Oh, and we didn't chain it to Thanos because he got hit by the counterattack. So that was a bit of an issue, I think. Now, here the ultimate, I think, the opposite of all negative effects. Right, so we get that. Am I right? Is that how it goes? Shocker. We need to apply the ability block. I know that much. So we got the ability block there. I think that's important to stop the taunt. Now here is... Oh boy. Hang in there, Symbiote Spider-Man. Uh-oh, a stun on Anti-Venom. That might not have been good either. But let's try and... I want to see if I can get that defense down again on Thanos. So we do get that there. Let's do the... Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh no! And we're stunned. Anti-Venom stunned and slowed, so he can't get off the revive. So this is a bit of an issue. This might... let's spread that, though. A lot of debuffs here. Oh, boy. We need to... Oh, Lord. No, I think that was a wash. We lost Anti-Venom. That stun from Proxima Midnight, I think, was a problem. I think if that wasn't the case, we would have been able to revive Scream back up, and we would have been better off. So I think that... I think while it might be possible... I think I'd rather just go with the tried and true method of Black Order. You know, I don't lose as frequently there, and it's quite easy to do. So I'll come back and do that again in a little while. I need to punch my way back down in arena. Oh well. There's a lot of big Black Orders in my arena, upwards to like 560, so I just, you know, it would be quite difficult until I get more stars on the rest of them. Emma Frost is currently sitting at 75k. I'm almost to activating this 5 red stars, so hopefully not too much longer on that one. So let's do some not alliance or raids. Ultimus 7. I still need to do this. I'm sitting at 50 energy. Bad me. I don't like normally having 50 energy like that, so... Oh well. I'd say maybe I didn't really waste the upgrade on screen, because I'll probably make use of that anyways. No, I really don't think Emma Frost is Emma Frost doesn't make a difference with the symbiotes in that comp. It's not going to do anything. There is Marauders counters to Black Order, probably not 100k, but putting Emma Frost in there with the symbiotes isn't going to make a difference. Actually, it's probably going to make it worse. I'd like to see a video on that. I don't think I've seen anyone be able to do it with symbiotes and Emma Frost necessarily, because I think Doc Ock makes a bigger deal. And I don't have, to be honest, I don't have enough arena charges to try something I haven't really tested before, so I need to punch my way back down. Otherwise, that's going to cost me course tomorrow. I actually bought that 5th red star on Emma Frost, not knowing I thought I was actually already 5 red star, but I bought it by accident. Because normally I don't buy red stars until I'm actually at that yellow star. Even though I know I'm going to get it, I normally would just wait anyways. Four red star is, I would say, a really good point to have a character. I think if you have them less than 4 star, the power level is going to be a bit on the lower end, and really depends on the characters. It could actually impact the viability of a character if you don't have at least 4, depending on who it is. So that's a pretty good goal you should have if it's a character that you're trying to go hard on to try and get 4. Of course, there's not much you can do with RNG at the end of the day. If you get bad RNG, then that's just how it is. But that's where I try to get new characters for those that I'm gunning for, would be to at least get 4 red stars on them. So I try to hoard as much as possible for them if it's a character that I want. And of course 5 is even better if you can manage to get that. That's why for legendary characters I try to get 5 red stars, because obviously they unlock at 5 reds, or 5 yellows, so that makes it really good to have. Yeah, that 5 red star Magneto in the event was really funny, because I'm pretty sure I pulled a 6 red Magneto before the event, or just before the event or something like that. And so I was like, oh man, this is, you know, it just turned out to be Elite 4 credits, I think is what it turned into for me. It was quite a bit, but I mean, still, it's just kind of like disappointing to have something as a reward and then not actually be able to use it because I had better. That was from the Fun in the Sun event, I'm pretty sure, the Magneto one, and then the event before that was a cable reward, a 5 red cable, I believe. So I really like those milestone events that actually give you red stars or 5 reds on certain characters, because that was pretty generous, I would say. Even though Magneto's not as useful as he once was, I would say 5 red for a legendary character is fairly generous, regardless of who it is. Even though it was further down the milestone, I would say for potentially, I mean, I did it free to play, so I think that it was quite generous of a reward at that time. Which characters would I recommend bringing into Dark Dimension 2? My question would be, do you have Symbiote Spider-Man? If you have Symbiote Spider-Man, then do Symbiotes with a combination of Minerva, maybe Shuri or something. But really all you need is like Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage, Minerva, and some support. So if you have Symbiote Spider-Man, use Symbiote Spider-Man. Try to get Carnage up as well. If you have Minerva, bring her up. And then really just fill in with some support. Emma Frost, if you have her available. That would be good. And Shuri, Hela, those are also good as well. I know people have used Hela. Hela's a great character anyway, so you're probably going to want to bring her up. And then definitely the other ones. All of the ones I just mentioned are viable in Dark Dimension 3, so it's a good idea to bring characters up for Dark Dimension 2 that you know that you're probably going to be using in Dark Dimension 3 anyway, so you can kind of hit 2 birds with 1 stone. My only regret, I think, for all of the characters that I brought to 14 for Dark Dimension 3, my biggest regret is probably Scientist Supreme. I think now there's more global options, and you don't really need to do that. If you have Star-Lord, you could bring him, but he is tech, so therefore he's gonna compete for gear with Shuri. Or sorry, not with Shuri, with Minerva. And I think Minerva is more important. If you have enough leftover gear, you could take Star-Lord to 13, but I think that Star-Lord's not good for 14. Star-Lord's not good for Dark Dimension 3. So you're gonna lose out on some orange gear viability, I think, if you use Star-Lord. I don't think you need to use Star-Lord, personally. And there was a lot of guides out there for early beginner guides suggesting to work on Star-Lord, and honestly, I don't think you need to anymore. If you somehow managed to pick up Symbiote Spider-Man, that's your guide right there, you know? It's funny, because the symbiotes really just wreck everything, especially when it comes to game content that you can use them in. Yeah, Emma's like a way better version of Scientist Supreme. But, you know, there was no Emma when I geared up Scientist Supreme. And she was quite viable in Ultimus 7 at the time because there wasn't a support that could do what she did. And so, you know, I'll still give her credit that she was a very good character for her time. She just kind of got power crept, I suppose you could say, even still. I mean, if you have Star-Lord and you want to gear him up to 13, that's perfectly fine. He's viable there. I just mean in terms of further viability, he's not viable at 14. So if you're tight on tech gear, I wouldn't. But if you do have enough tech gear spare, then you could do it. I just realized how much easier these raids are when you're doing just regular Ultimus 7. I only did this because I do have some weaker members in the Alliance that I wanted to make it easier for them to clear it with the Mass Capers trait for this Lucid Dreams event, so that's why we've kind of gone down to the lower levels to clear, at least for the next week probably, for the Lucid Dreams milestone. Yeah, I mean, if you have lots of orange resources, they've kind of thrown orange resources at us, especially in events and milestones and things like that. So if you have a lot spare, then, you know, yeah, definitely do Star-Lord if you can. I believe his unique is it Carbonadium? Honestly, it's been so long since I've used that one. I don't remember which one he uses. I think it's that. I think I have like 90 of them. I think I have actually like 90 Carbonadiums. And I have no idea who to use it on, because I'm pretty sure the list of characters that use Carbonadium is very limited. Star-Lord's in there, and I think Crossbones is in there, and Falcon. And I remember getting some out of a War Orb. I was like, man, I have way too many of these. And I'm actually starting to rebuild my alien spores again, because obviously I'm T14 on all of my symbiotes, and I'm down to 8 superior alien spores, so I need to build those back up again. Exploding burritos unique. Mr. Sinister, Star-Lord, Minerva, Emma, and Thanos. Yeah, I don't see why not. All of those characters are good characters to possibly bring up to 14, with the exception of Star-Lord. Personally, I still would, you know, I still think the Symbiote Spider-Man is worth your investment. I think that could work, though. If you really are intent on those characters, you could do that. I don't think you need a tank for Dark Dimension 2. You can use one if you want, but I don't think you actually need a tank for Dark Dimension 2 if you have the right support characters. My only thing I would say about those list of characters is none of them do defense up, and nobody does offense down on a team-wide scale. That's kind of why I like Shuri, to be honest, because she does defense up quite frequently, 2 turns of defense up to everyone, and I like that protection. So as far as support characters go, Shuri is actually quite nice, but you could make that work, I think, as long as you can heal yourself back up in time, would be the thing, because you won't have anyone with offense down. You'll have slow because of Emma Frost, but other than that, you don't really have any defense up on your side or offense down on their side, which is the whole reason why Scientist Supreme was good, because she could do that 2 turns of debuffs to everyone. Also why I like Symbiote Spider-Man, because he does 2 turns of slow on his ultimate as well. So in terms of Dark Dimension 2, it's not about damage, it's about kind of survivability and support. If you have Shuri, I would definitely consider Shuri. I think she is a good character, even for Dark Dimension 2. Basically because of her special. 2 turns of defense up, and plus the ability energy generation is really, really good. And so Thanos is a really good character to raise, obviously, because of Black Order and all that. But I don't think you need him specifically for Dark Dimension 2. You don't really need a tank for Dark Dimension 2. Shuri is definitely, potentially... Yeah, that is 3 tech characters, you're right. Oh, wait. Minerva, Star... Yeah, so... I personally think you'd be better off using Shuri over Star-Lord. I think Star-Lord is definitely falling off the wagon way more than Shuri is. So that would be my personal recommendation. I know Shuri, whether or not we end up taking Shuri to G15 for Dark Dimension 4 remains to be seen. And if they're not allowing legendaries, that could be even less likely. So we'll have to wait and see for that. But I think Shuri is still a potentially good character for Dark Dimension 2 and 3. We'll have to see whether... when I've used her in Dark Dimension 3, I still get a lot of good use out of her. So I think that she'll still have a place somewhere. And we're done Ultimus 7. I just realized I was doing that while I was talking. So, Shuri best in War Defense with Mercs. I don't use her with in War Defense with Mercs. I just use the standard Merc team with Killmonger, Bullseye, and Taskmaster, Merc Ryguard, and Lieutenant. I use Shuri currently as a 5th member for Baron Zemo on the offense, actually, right now. I know a lot of people who do use Shuri on War Defense with Mercs. To be honest, from my experiences from fighting Mercs, it hasn't really made that much of a difference to me. And Shuri on the Mercs hasn't made it any harder for me to win, really. But that's just me personally. Right, let's see if we can go... Oh, can we clear... Let's go back here. Let's actually go back to Black Order. I'm not going to mess about anymore. So it was fun trying new things. And, if you can get it to work, if you can get other combinations of Arena to work, great. But I just don't think it matters for me because I do have a really beefy Black Order. And as much as I like trying new things, it's almost kind of pointless if it's not easier than what I already have. A tried and true. It's funny because I didn't even use Minerva for Dark Dimension 3 on the first pass. And then when I had this... Oh, wow. My Proxima just kind of got wrecked really fast there. I didn't even use... I did use Minerva on the second pass, but I didn't need to. Because I actually had the full Black Order team, and I just kind of wrecked-faced that. I remember very little about Dark Dimension 1. Probably, but to be honest, if you clear Dark Dimension 2 twice, get Ultron to 7-star, I'm pretty sure Ultron can solo Dark Dimension 1. I'm fairly certain Ultron can solo Dark Dimension 1 with his bots. But it's really funny how people actually just go back and do Dark Dimension 1 after Dark Dimension 2. And that they don't go in the order because you don't need to. And it's actually arguably harder to get 6 yellow stars than it is to get tier 13 now. I'm not going to lose this, am I? What? Ebony Maw didn't die? Come on. That's BS. Oh, I should have basicked and we just cleared both of them. Oh, what? I wanted that to hit Ebony Maw. Oh my god, he's still alive. Okay, well, I mean, Ultron is still really good in Dark Dimension 1, and is the easiest character, really, to get at 7-star. To be honest, I'm surprised he can't, just because the boss are so powerful. Suggestions for Merc 5th. You could use Kingpin, maybe? I don't know. I use Bullseye. I think Bullseye's still quite good, but if you really don't want to use him, I don't know. I wouldn't really recommend the other Mercs. I would not recommend Merc Soldier or Sniper. I do know people who use Sniper, but I just don't think it's really worth your resources. If you have Shuri, honestly, if you don't want to level up Bullseye, feel free to use Shuri as a 5th. I just don't think it's a huge difference. Maybe Kingpin for buffs. I'm not sure if that's necessary or not either. Ultimus on Mercs or versus Mercs. Honestly, not sure there either. I have Ultimus at 5 red because of Dark Dimension 3, but I actually don't really use him on anything right now. I don't even have him start up to 7 stars, so I don't know. Maybe, yeah, you could try using Ultron with the Mercs. Ultron really goes everywhere, but yeah, I don't know. You could maybe someone in chat could give you a 5th suggestion if you don't want to use Bullseye. I mean, again, you could use Shuri if you want to. Squash, if you have a video of using Emma Frost with the 4 symbiotes, 100k punch up, then you can send that to me in Discord. We're going to... Oh yeah, check back in Alliance War. A couple more battles took place. Looks like we have a Marauders team here and a BKT, I guess. Can you get 3 stars Anti-Venom by just doing the daily milestones? No, not just from doing the daily milestones. There's only 40 shards there, so you would need 100. So you're going to need to get through the orb opening milestone, which you will get some from the daily milestone, but you're going to need to blitz if you want to get an unlock on Anti-Venom. I don't think there's anything around blitzing, because you only get, I think, 12 shards, 11 or 12 shards from the raid milestone, and then 40 from the daily blitzing and arena milestone, so that's 52. You're going to need to open more orbs if you want to unlock Anti-Venom. So how much blitzing just to unlock? I can't tell you that. I didn't do the math on that. But you're probably, and that's going to be based on your RNG. So I would recommend doing some blitzing, at least a couple rotations a day, at least 2 rotations a day if you can, to get Anti-Venom unlocked. The drop rate's not great, so there is going to be some RNG involved. Let's go and... what are we going to do this time? I don't really expect us to win this Blitz match. Or sorry, this Alliance War. So, I am going to go with Inhumans, I think. I think I'll go with the Inhumans. Actually, slight punch down, but... yeah, and we have defense down. But that's what I'm going to do, I think. Yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe you might be able to use Ultimus on the Merc team. To be honest, I haven't really tried, and because you can't really replay... Ow, that hurt. Because you can't replay defense stuff, it's hard for me to tell... You know, I haven't seen a lot of people using it, so I don't know how effective it really is. So I can't really tell you that. Boy, where did all these disrupts come from? Oh, oops. I meant to apply slow on Sinister. That's what I normally do. Can we get him? Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh no! Oh no! No! Karnak almost bit that. Let's see if I can get a slow on Emma Frost, and we do. Alright, we're in business here. But we're gonna work on Strife, just because he's gonna auto-taunt anyways. Actually, he has Disrupt on, but he's gonna lose that soon, I think. And then a follow-up attack? Oh, we almost got a triple hit. Let's... slow Mystique here. Oh, there we go. Should be in the bag here now. Actually, I don't even know why. There we go. Haven't got a Symbiote Spider-Man pull in a week. 12 more shards to go. Oof. Well, I wish you luck. Why 12? That's a weird number. You must have been uneven, I guess, from one of the milestones. 12's an awful number because then you're like not quite 10, not quite 15. Or you're gonna have to pull 15 to get the unlock. There we are, we got that one. Well, I mean, I think you're supposed to be getting a Symbiote Spider-Man pull at least once every 20 to 25 milestone orbs, so if you think of it like that, I guess. Right, so Disrupt is... the reactor is a terrible room to use. It's a terrible room to use Brotherhood. Now, that's normally what I would use to beat BKT, because I think they're very good at that. But I can't actually apply the taunt with Toad, and I can't apply Juggernaut's taunt either, and that's a pain in the ass. So... I don't know what else I would normally use for this that's reasonable. Sometimes I've used aim in the past as well. This is going to be tricky. Oh, I also have Ultron. I've done the Power Armor Powertron team to beat Marauders as well, taking out Iron Man. So I actually officially took Ultron out of my war defense, finally. I don't really want to fight. Okay, someone else is doing this. I'll probably come back and see what the 8th team is. I don't have anything reasonably I want to use on this BKT. I'm not super convinced how well I'll do with my Brotherhood, only because of that reactor. My Fantastic Four, to be honest, I'm very scared of getting with the security debuff. I am very scared of Rocket and Star-Lord one-shotting one of my characters. So I don't know if, especially like a Human Torch, my Fantastic Four's 365. Probably could beat it if somebody suicided, I think. That way the rockets, but then it might lead up to the rocket ult. I think, depending on how things go, if they were just to die after the first round, I think I would be fine. And I could go in as a two-shot with this team, probably. And that might be viable. I actually even might be able to use Brotherhood if somebody were to suicide, because then I could blind them without the deflect, and that should be fine. And then hopefully Groot's cleanse would be gone too, so I'd probably be fine there. And that would be a lot safer, actually. Even though the Disrupt's there, which is a pain in the ass to Brotherhood. Sure, if anyone wants to suicide this team, anyone in my alliance is watching, then we'll just wait it out. And hopefully, I don't walk into some sort of rocket ult. That would be that would be bad. With the actually, it wouldn't be too bad, because then if he's blinded, that's fine. What I don't understand is, how can you blind Rocket's ult? He's like spraying like the whole battlefield like indiscriminately. How can any? I sometimes wonder how some of these attacks get blinded. You know, realistically, I'm thinking like, all right, okay, and like War Machine's ult, I'm pretty sure you can blind, but he's like literally spraying the entire field. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, why would it matter if he's blinded? He's just like, he's shooting everywhere. Logically, in realism, I know this game isn't based on logic, but when you see some of the attacks, it's like, wow, how can that get blinded? How did you miss? There's quite a few attacks out there that are just like spray and pray sort of attacks. I'm like, how can that be blinded? And why did this person lose Red Skull? What the hell happened there? What was this? What were they thinking? Brotherhood doesn't beat... My alliance chat's not open, but... What the hell was that? Brotherhood, it does, you know, and that was a really huge punchdown, but I mean, Brotherhood just doesn't beat Red Skull. You don't use Brotherhood to fight Red Skull, okay? I just, doesn't work. Doesn't work. Come on, guys. How can Spider-Man dodge War Machine's ult? You know, I mean, that's more realistic than blinding War Machine, I think, you know. I don't care about a talking raccoon with a machine gun, but I mean, I just mean the attack itself. Fortunately, we're not going to get taunt here on Blob, but hopefully that doesn't matter now. If he taunts... No, I want to pull him this way, right? I think... Oh, did I screw that up? Maybe a little bit. The character that you target, because I wanted to pull them in a way that if Groot had taunt again, I wanted it to hit everyone. So I was hoping that Star-Lord would have been placed here, but I guess I screwed up the... That doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, belly flop! Oh, shit! He was blinded. Oh my god. Okay, so that's one of the things I was just talking about. How can you blind that? He's like some big, giant, fat guy, you know, belly flopping everyone. That was bad. Me wasting that ult really hurt, because that's a really powerful attack, and hopefully that doesn't cause any problems here. Let's get slow on Star-Lord. Oh no. We need to get Minerva down though. At least we can taunt now. Ooh, he might get an AoE off actually, maybe? If Toad can get his turn first. No, uh-oh. Offense up. Ooh, that hurt. He's got counter, so I don't want to hit him there. I need to hit... Oh, come on! Come on! Vision dodge that. Okay, let's pull all those buffs from Juggernaut. That should help a little bit. There we go. We got the offense down and slow and Vision, and then we get the charge. There we go. I think we got this now. But there was a little bit of stupidity on my part, and on the blinds, I didn't notice that. Oh, we got it. We got this. That would have been embarrassing. Brotherhood is... I mean, I know that was a two-punch, I guess you could say, but Brotherhood still can outside of Reactor, Brotherhood can punch up quite a bit on some of these teams, especially ones that are blindable. 8 Anti-Venom and 5 Anti-Venom from the orbs back-to-back. That's good. But, yep. Oh my god, we were just talking about Mercs. There's a 617k Merc team. Sweet lord, and I don't have... and I don't have Black Order or anything. I think that's a bit too high for my Baron Zemo team. Normally I could beat them with Baron Zemo, but this might be a bit much. I wonder if we're stuck. Or I don't know how many people can... Let's enlist the aid of an Alliance member. Let's see if they... Let me go on Discord really quick. 670k Merc team in Reactor. Alright, let's see what happens. We'll have to come back to check on this in a little bit and see if anyone actually manages to clear it. Oh, look at that. Hey, Baron Zemo's awesome. Baron Zemo's like one of my I know he's only... he has limited uses, you know, in War Offense and some campaign modes, but I think he's a super fun character to use, and I think he just completely obliterates minion characters. Even though I have a tier 14 Baron Zemo, the rest of his team I don't think is enough to clear this. And actually, tier 14 Taskmaster is pretty scary. 120k, 140k Killmonger. If Killmonger was tier 14, that'd be pretty scary too. Even the minions. Like, how do you even get that high? 130k on a minion? That's crazy. That's crazy town. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a Merc team this high in my Alliance Wars. This is like Black Order level high. Like, we'll check out my defense here. I'm down in the bridge here. My Black Order is 633 with war buffs. And like, that's the best I have. And they have like a 600 something. This is my top team total. And they have that on Mercs, basically. That's crazy town. Like, where do they get the resources for that? It was like some guy who's like, you know what? I'm going hard in on Mercs. I'm doing it. I don't care what you guys say. I don't care if my arena sucks. I'm doing it. Yeah, I think it was a bit of a waste, all things considered, because where else are you going to use them? Taskmaster is okay, but I think resource-wise that probably was a waste. But, you know, hey, you know, he probably does get a lot of defense wins, but is it worth it long-term for your game? Probably not. I wouldn't recommend anyone doing that. Even if you have the resources available to use, I think it would be better used elsewhere down the line. Dark Dimension 4 and whatnot. That being said, a lot of them are skill characters, but I think Merc Lieutenant is tech, I'm pretty sure. And actually the rest of them are skill, I think. But still, I wouldn't recommend it. They're going down the left. This is rare. This is good, actually, because the bridge is so heavily fortified that I think that they're going to waste time here. And I wanted them, I want them to go away from the armory. Despite the barracks being down below the bridge, it's away from the armory. And I think the armory is the #1 sort of target that you should try to get. If you see the armory, you should down the armory as soon as possible. Barracks is second, but I think that they're going to have to punch their way through 2 really big Black Order teams in order to get through this. So I don't have the best war defense teams. As you can see, I only have the 633 Black Order. The rest are pretty reasonable. 466, they're beatable. 433 Marauders, 450 BKT and stuff like that. So these are beatable teams, but they're still going to have to use some pretty beefy teams to get through it. Even here on the other end, we have a 616 Black Order, 470 Marauders. So they're going to have to use some big teams to get through the bridge just to get to the barracks. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend full symbiotes on war defense. I would be curious, if you have them at like 600k level, like what would happen, but because there's no tank, there's nothing stopping them from being blinded by a Brotherhood kick team. I was trying to say, actually, Anti-Venom could put up immunity, but that's not going to happen until turn 2. So nothing stops them from just gunning Anti-Venom down, I think, and then it kind of falls apart probably. You might pick up a few defense victories from unsuspected players who aren't sure, but I think if you went in with like a higher level Brotherhood 2.0, I think you could probably get that down. Speaking of symbiotes, it's not really a full symbiote team, but it's a Spider-Verse team. This guy needs a talking to, I'll tell you what. Fantastic Four, Namor on defense, and symbiotes, Spider-Verse on defense. What is this? I know he's not watching this channel, so I'm gonna I occasionally make fun of people in my alliance during my streams. What happened here? Nothing yet. Genuinely curious. Was it boosted before? Yeah, it was. Symbionts on the other side? I didn't notice. Was there another one? Oh, over here. Yeah, it's basically the same though as this one here. Except for it's stronger. It's not really a symbiote, it's like a 3-man symbiote. I think if you actually had... I'm assuming that if you had Scream and Anti-Venom in here, it would at least be better than regular Spider-Man and Miles. Okay. Someone gonna beat this? I kind of want to wait just to see, because if we do win, then we can see what's below it. I could actually get one more attack, and I probably won't do any more than one more attack. Or are they not? Really? Miles and Symbiote, regular Spider-Man are not mass capers. That's strange. Because they definitely are. Why is Mystique a mass caper? That is her skin, isn't it? And regular Peter and Miles is not? That's strange. There's a couple of mask caper characters that I just feel kind of lazy. It's like, well, it's not really a mask. It's like just them. Come on. Is Mantis mask caper too? Again, it's not a mask. It's just her. You know, there's a lot of these characters that are just like, you know, hey, at least Minerva does have a whatever you call it. What? I mean, that's not a mask. What do you call these things? Like the things that go over the eyes. It kind of reminds me of those masquerade balls, like they did in Spain or something like that. Or the things, I forget what you call those things. I guess they're masks. Mask with a Q, I think. Yeah, I think it's like a mask with a Q. Mask. The Spanish version? Like Zorro? Was that Zorro, like the old movies? Come on. I should know that. Oh, it failed. What? Come on. Black Order? Really? They beat Black Order? No way. No way. I find that hard to believe. I'm pretty sure I could beat them in Blitz. Even though that's not the war defense, I suppose. But maybe, Reactor. Maybe Reactor screwed it. Full hit points because they combat canceled, so nothing happened. I'm thinking it might have been the Disrupt that might have caused problem. I don't know. Maybe it was the defense down. There was a lot of damage. They do... I think there should be a basic... In terms of the turn order, I think it should have been... Yeah, maybe it was the deflex too. He says on Discord that his team got wrecked like he's never seen before. Maybe someone needs to clear that deflect. To be honest, I'm personally a bit shocked that Black Order couldn't beat it, because I'm pretty sure they can beat Mercs. Regardless, I still wouldn't recommend you to take T14 for Bullseye and T14 for Merc Lieutenant. Regardless of how strong they are, I still wouldn't recommend this, even though they're a good team for War Defense, because War is just one game mode in the wider scheme of things. Typically, you want a T14 characters that are going to have wider benefit than just one game mode. This just like Emma Frost, even though she's a War Defense character, she is usable elsewhere, so I wouldn't recommend doing things like this personally. But hey, if you're one of those people that just really want to go... I was going to use another phrase, but going deep into a particular team, then, you know, by all means, but I just don't think you'll get a long-term, wider use out of them just for that. That's why I don't really like war defense teams. I wish more teams that come out would be just war teams, because I think that you get more wider use of these, and you get to decide, you know, if you want to put them on offense or defense, you know. So I like the not Fantastic Four. I like Sinister Six. Well, I don't want to say anything on the stream that might be too bad. You know, occasional swearing is okay, I think, but I don't want to be, you know, tagged for adult content or anything. How long has it been since I blitzed already? 37 minutes. What do we have? Oh, we have some Dark Dimension 2. We can actually, I'm going to go back and do Arena while we're at it. Really quick, because I don't want to get pushed back even further. So let's go down to 8, thankfully, and then I might actually spend cores to get even further down. I think I paid out at 11 today, but I'm not normally awake early enough to make sure I do it just before the payout. And I think we'll probably be ending our, depending on what we have left to do, I'll probably be ending the stream at around 2 o'clock in about 45 minutes. Today is a voting day over here, so I need to make sure I go out and do that. So I can't be on for too long today, and I need to do my civic duty this time. Did he? He didn't flip, right? Sometimes I'm not paying attention. I didn't. No, he didn't flip. Okay. I've been screwed by waiting too long to flip, or flipping by accident, because sometimes I'm not paying attention and I didn't see it. There we go, okay. Did I get Anti-Venom? Yes, I did. I have a video up on my channel of my unlock of him, if you haven't seen it. He is currently at... I got really lucky in my shard pulls, actually, so it was a really great pull. And I think I ended up getting a 4-star... I'm currently a 4-star for Anti-Venom, so I got some really good numbers on my Anti-Venom pulls, and I got a 5 red. So I'm super happy about that, and hopefully we'll be getting there pretty soon, so I can get that 5th red star activated. That being said, I am going to be a bit more conservative, I think, on my character unlocks in next patch. I was really hyped for the symbiotes. I don't know how hyped I'm necessarily going to be in Quantum, other than the fact that I know that they're going to be available, or they're going to be used probably for the next legendary character. That being said, as you guys know, I have a lot of cores, so I'm hoping to be able to use some of those for next patch, so I don't have to pay to unlock some of these characters. I'm not getting a ton of money, and as some of you might know, I don't have a job right now, so I don't have a lot of money available to just go out and spend on character offers all the time. So yeah, how many character offers or unlocks I end up doing next patch will probably be dependent on if I can unlock them with cores or not. Otherwise, I'm going to go the free-to-play method, unfortunately, unless something comes my way and makes that easier. Fat Thor, 495. That's pretty low. I've never seen this guy before. This guy I've seen before. These are the 2 highest Black Order teams in my arena shard at 576 and 572. And the fact that he's got a 6-star Cull Obsidian tells me either he got super lucky on his orbs or he wailed out for it. Because I only have 5. But not much more I can do there right now. I do have a lot of orbs. I am going to be doing an orb opening sometime soon. Now that Scream is in the premium orbs and such like that, I'm going to wait for Anti-Venom. I don't know if he's going to be, being released after the event, because Scream actually came into the orbs before his event ended. I'm hoping that might be the case, and we might be doing an orb opening once Anti-Venom goes into the orbs, which might be within the next 10 days, possibly. Now, the chances of actually pulling him are probably going to be low, but I'd rather wait for all of the good characters to get in there before pulling the premium orbs. So I do have 72. Obviously, individually, you're looking at a 0.76% chance, which is not good. But there is a handful of characters I still need that I could hope for. So I'm going to wait for Anti-Venom to show up, and then I'm going to pull. I have a lot of Red Star Orbs, 97 Red Star Orbs, which will be held until Yellow Jacket, possibly, or whoever the first character of the next patch is. I got really lucky. If you guys watch my video with Anti-Venom, I think I just pulled the Elite 5, and I got him like right out of the gate, and so I didn't really spend I actually did a little bit of seed theory. I'm not a true believer in it, but I tried to do it anyways. Got the 5 red Anti-Venom, and then there it was over. And I have I have 97 orbs just sitting about doing nothing. I do have some Fright Light Orbs. Let's just open this in a second. What else do I have? I got like a couple of gold orbs. But I do have 7 Mega Orbs, so I do want to do that in my orb opening video to hope for some new characters in here when I do my premium orbs later on. So probably by the end of the Anti-Venom event, I'll do an orb opening video where hopefully we'll pick up some newer character shards that I could use. So let's open some of these Fright Light Orbs. Let's see. How many do I have? 4. Okay. Oh, guys. Oh! Oh! Got a 5! That's great. 50k gold. Blue, blue, blue. Oh, okay. Blue again. Hey, Baron Zemo. That's not bad. I actually really like Baron Zemo. I'll take it. Well, that wasn't... 5 shards. 127k gold. But of course, that does mean that there's more milestone points. So, how much further along are we here? 4 more shards. So that was an extra 9 shards. We are, 40,000. We're about a quarter of the way through in 2 days. So I think we're ahead of schedule, actually. We might be able to clear it. Depends on how much blitzing I continue to do every single day. Obviously, it's kind of exhausting. So we'll see. And we have to make sure, for sure, that tomorrow during the Orb Assault that we do end up getting fragments. Some people were saying that we will. Based on the last event, but in previous events there hasn't been, so there's been mixed. I don't know what word I was looking for. Mixed. It might not happen. It may or may not happen. So fingers crossed that it does. If it doesn't, it's going to impact the milestones and getting through that free to play. But I do have a fair bit of blitzing for the Orb Assaults anyways for the 24 hours, so that'll be good there. Let's go into Dark Dimension. Oh, nobody cleared that. That's a shame. I'm not expecting to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to look really quick at the TCP of the Alliance, because we won the last 2 matches, so I'm just assuming this is going to be really bad for us, because it's very hard to win 3 times in a row. It's super unlikely, unless you get a weird matchup. They have 24 players. 8... Oh, that guy already... No, wait, I have 8.7 million, so he's not higher than me, but... Almost 9 million... Almost 9 million. It might be 9.2. It might be more even. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do the math. 9.5. Wow. I'm gonna have to do the math later and see how bad it really is. It doesn't look that bad. It might be possible. I guess it depends. They're kind of pushing ahead on us, though. They're doing both sides. I wonder if we should go around. Kind of late to go around at this point, but... might get stuck on that stupid Merc team. Now, I'm curious, where is this security? Is it below or is it on the side? Actually, it wouldn't be on the side, otherwise we would see it here. So it must be here. Down here, so... I'm gonna have to activate, Actually, you know what? Let's go on this side. I'm gonna have to activate Alliance Chat really quick to tell people that maybe it might be worth going down the right side, just because we get... Otherwise, we're gonna get stuck on this, this Merc team that nobody seems to be able to kill. Merc team in reactor, so let's go around it on flight deck 3 left side for everyone else. Okay, doke. There we go. Unactivate. Gets in the way at the bottom there. Is it just me or the rewards for 1 blitz win varies between 50 and 100? Yeah, I mean, that's the most common drop is 50 and 100. Anything over than that is a good RNG, and if you get 1,000 or 2,000, congratulations, you just won the lottery. Because that's like the best outcome for this blitz event. We still haven't finished this note. I've been super lazy with Dark Dimension 3. Obviously, I've already completed it, as you guys know, but I've been slowly trying to work on it because of the supposed achievements coming to the game for Dark Dimension 1 and Dark Dimension 3. Oh yeah, you can get like 375 drop as well, 150, 1,000, and 2,000. But you have to be pretty lucky to get anything above 150. I think I've gotten 2 1,000s, and I've done, I don't know, a couple hundred blitz matches. Let's see that. Dark Dimension 3 is pretty boring. I wouldn't say Dark Dimension 2 is fun either, but it's more balanced for sure because it's, you know, enemies aren't one-shotting you. Hey, what happened to my... Speaking of one-shotting, where did Proxima go? See, I just looked away for a second and she's gone. She's dead already. That's exactly what I mean. You look away 1 second and half your team is dead. That's Dark Dimension 3. Well, I mean, that's why, of course, Dark Dimension 4 is going to come with Doctor Doom, so, you know, there's going to be more hype there, I suppose, because at least there's a character at the end. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, because, I mean, even though I've cleared Dark Dimension 3 and I have 5 red Ultimus, it's just, I haven't really made any use of him. I don't know if there is much use for him, but... The promo credits are good. You know, I'm actually still sitting on them, most of the silver and the gold, because I haven't... Either I've not needed to upgrade them because I have most of my good characters at 4 or 5 or above. I'm saving for a few characters. Like I said, I want to have Ultimus... No, sorry. I want to get Call Obsidian to 6 red, so when he becomes farmable, he's on the list for gold promo credits for me. And Doc Ock, I would like to get, you know, a bit higher on the red stars when he becomes available, probably by a second event. I'm just using basic attacks here because I want to make sure when I go into these nodes, this is node number 4, but when I get into the cosmic nodes, I need to make sure that they have all of their cooldowns available. And so I'm just going to clear these out by using basics. I have like 4 teams, so between the 4 of them, hopefully I can get these mobs down. Characters down. I have this weird habit of saying mobs because that's an MMO term. I'm a bit of an MMO junkie. Well, there goes Ebony Mob. That's okay. I'm actually going to bring in my symbiotes, I think. Oh, I mean, there's still plenty of MMOs, just... it depends on where you stand on current MMOs, you know, like, to be honest, I miss the old days. I'm not even that old, but I played a lot of them, and I prefer more challenging games. I don't like games that kind of spoon-feed you like fetch quests, really easy fetch quests, things that are super easy. I like more challenging content, but challenging that's also fun. I played Final Fantasy XIV for a very long time, but I got super bored of the endgame. And I also... I know this is going to be divisive for those who like MMOs, but I actually spent a lot of time playing EverQuest. And that was what I grew up on EverQuest, actually, because I found it challenging at the time, and I quite enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it's kind of gone the wayside. But there are some games in the near future that are potentially coming out that I'm looking at, like Ashes of Creation and Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. So I don't know what plans I have for things like that. Maybe down the line, you know, I might make a second YouTube channel where I do other games other than Marvel Strike Force. If I end up doing more streaming or just video content on other things, I haven't really decided at that point. Looks like we'll get this down with just the basics. Yeah, I watched some more recent videos on Ashes of Creation about this sort of node-based system, which is what I'm kind of interested in that game. Also, it says that you can become a town mayor, like there's the possibility of becoming a mayor in the towns, which honestly like really excites me because I'm someone who like would do something like that. All right, so we're actually officially in the global node. So I have 8 characters, and what are the best setups? Probably not Scientist Supreme, probably not Zemo, but maybe Ultron is actually really good in the beginning. Oops, not there. Emma Colossus, there we go, like that maybe? I don't think I need Shuri right now to start either. I think this should be sufficient. The then the defense up is super helpful. So I'm wondering. Who would I remove? Do I need Colossus at the start? Do I need a tank? I don't know if the enemy is hit hard enough at the start, but I want to keep Ultron though. I think Ultron's better in the first 2 nodes because I think he can really get the bot train rolling, I think. Let's try this. If it goes really poorly, I'll take Ultron out and put Shuri in. But I think we're going to do this, though. Put Phoenix on that side, I think. I think this is the first time I've actually used Emma Frost in the global lane. Because I completed it well before last time. Before she was out. I've heard some people had some really good luck as well by using Strife in Dark Dimension 4, using sort of the mixed Marauders team with Phoenix, and that you don't actually need necessarily Colossus if you have Strife, Emma Frost, and Sinister. A lot of mutant gear, of course, though. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough beginning. Well, that's not helpful. Well, that's not helpful. Maybe we maybe we need to use the other characters to suicide to start it off. Let's suicide with Zemo and Scientist Spring. Maybe we can eat some of those ability blocks. So we're probably going to finish off this Dark Dimension here, and then we're going to be going over to... We're not going to do another Blitz rotation on stream. And we'll just check out Alliance War really quickly and some Arena if I need to get that done. And if anyone has any questions that they'd like to ask me or anything they want to talk about, then feel free to leave that in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to be probably ending the stream within the next 30 minutes because I need to go over and vote, like I said earlier. So I need to make sure I get that done at some point. And of course, if you guys aren't in the live Discord that I have for the channel, the link for that is in the description below. If you guys have Discord and want to join me there and join in the conversation, I'm always welcome to have more people on board in Discord where we can talk about things. So feel free to reach out to me there, or just in general if you want to get a hold of me, have any questions, need any advice, tips for the game. You know, I'm always reachable via Discord. That's the best way to get a hold of me, actually. So if you're needing any of that, then feel free to get at me there. We're going to redo this again here, so I need to reset my team here. I even forgot what I even had. Ultron in the center, wasn't it? And then Sinister, Emma Frost, Colossus, Phoenix. There we go. So if this goes super terribly, I'll switch out Ultron for Shuri. I see the appeal because of Shuri's defense up. That being said, I don't know where the ability cooldowns are at because I did use them in the first 4 runs. And like I said, that kind of messes up with the ability energy going into the first nodes of each of the lanes. So I don't know if I even touched Shuri. And if she even has the special available or not, so that might make a big difference. I don't even know if Ultron has his bots ready, because I might have used him in the first 4 nodes as well. So this could be a bit of an issue. Uh-oh. Well, as long as Phoenix sucks that up, this should be fine. There we go. Ability block. We can get that slow down, I guess, on most of them. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, so I think we need to focus on Merc Lieutenant. I think because he can heal people, but I'm gonna hit Namor here to start. Let's extend those, I guess. There we go. Phoenix is down. That's good. Dark Phoenix. Alright, we're getting started here. We can clear some of these buffs, that's good. But let's get a blind on Merc Lieutenant just so that they'll hit him. I'm surprised that Phoenix was the one that assisted, because normally they assist because they're so powerful. Let's get those bots rolling. I'm actually going to take Merc Lieutenant, I think, for the boss. Ooh, offense up to everyone and speed up. Let's go. 300k. Ooh, rock on. Ha! Ha! Cloned a bot. Screw you, Sinister. Let's try to clear some of those buffs, though. Right, okay, so we're gonna knock his turn bar back, I think. Gonna heal. More bots, I think I can fit... Oh, only one more. Oops. Let's get Pyro down. Pyro's a bit of a pain because of his... That was a pretty hard hit. 65k from a Merc Lieutenant clone. Try to get Sinister next, I think. Let's get some of these buffs off, though. Get some more slows going on. Some offense down on Sabretooth. These guys have way less hit points than that the last node. I'm actually going to try and kill someone here, so we're going to... Whoa, damn, it didn't kill him. I have to be careful that Sinister doesn't somehow randomly clone Phoenix. That would be fucking... Oops, I swore. I have this occasion of accidentally doing that. That would be super awful if that happened. If Sinister managed to clone Phoenix. This happens like once or twice a stream that I accidentally swear over something. Hopefully nobody reports me. Alright, so I think we're looking pretty okay here. Let's get that Sinister down. Oh, Magneto. This is gonna get Nito. Let's... Oh, we can blind him. I forgot. You can blind Magneto's ult, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, no, you can't. Actually, I don't remember. I don't think you can. I think it's unavoidable, actually. I forget certain things because I don't use them frequently enough. The chat suddenly got really, really quiet. I know a few people left, but I wonder if they're just that enamored with Dark Dimension. Let's see. Can we get him down? That buff is amazing with Merc Lieutenant. Only as a clone, though. I wouldn't recommend actually using him in Dark Dimension. There we go. Okay, so a couple of blinds. But good timing with Emma Frost. Look at that. I can't tell. I'm pretty sure the yellow hit points is just the bots there. It's hard to tell. Another Sinister. Hand Sentry is going to be a bit of a pain because of the stealths. I don't really want that, I don't think. Let's try to knock the turn bar back there. Saving the bots, because nobody's really died yet. Let's extend all of those bots. That's a lot of bots. Oh no. Oh, there goes most of the bots. Strikes down. All the rest of the bots are down. Even Merc Lieutenant's almost dead. The bot, or clone version. Let's bring some more up. So I think we're gonna try and focus Hand Sentry. I don't know if this is the best. To be honest, I forget the kill order here. Maybe Sinister as well, because he heals. I forgot about that. Ah, we lost another bot. Oh, hey, but Ultron killed the bot, so therefore he got the extension of the boss, which is kind of funny. Let's... Oh! And Ultron cloning out. But his hit points is so high. Can we see what the hit points is of that team? No, probably not. Is that the same? Is it this one? Sometimes you can actually go into... someone told me this the other day, but you can actually go inside the thing here, the team here, and you can actually look at them, which is pretty interesting. Guess not. Anyways, it's kind of interesting to see that. Right, there goes the Merc Lieutenant. That's unfortunate. It's kind of hard to tell which one's the clone because they both have a lot of hit points, unfortunately. But a clone of a clone of a clone is starting to get really bad, and they get weaker each time. There's nobody really good. Hand Sentry, maybe? We get some evades? Possibly? Scarlet Witch might have been a good one. That's going to make him a target, though, unfortunately. A lot of defense up. This sucks. Emma needs to take her turn for the ultimate there. Are people alive out there? Nobody said anything in like 12 minutes. This is unusual. I don't know who to... I don't even know what to focus on. Let's clear some of those buffs. Okay. There we go. Just making sure the chat's not broken. I always try to check to see if chat's broken every now and then because I've had internet issues in the past. Oh boy. Okay. I think this is where... Honestly, I have no idea if I'm killing it in the right order or not. There's really not many left. After this, there's only going to be about 4 characters, so... let's look at all those death proofs on Colossus, though. He's got quite a few there, so let's... He's got the taunt up now. I have to remember which one's the real one and which one's the clone. So the one I'm hitting, I'm pretty sure is the real one. Other one's the clone. Still have a lot of hit points, though. There's another Dark Phoenix ult. That's 2. Okay, we killed... Actually, did we just kill the... Did we just kill the clone outright? It looks like we did. Let's get a slow on everyone here. Let's go for Scarlet Witch. I don't like the redistribution here. That was quick. Let's get Hand Sentry. Although, let's turn bar rewind on Mystique. She's got... why isn't it going? There we go. She's got to speed up. Need to steal that. And the best part of Ultron, honestly, is his... the accelerator bot, I think it is, the one that turned rewinds by like 30% per hit. Pretty bonkers. In combo with the slow debuff. Mark Lieutenant to finish off the match. Okay, so we need to... One of these strikes is going to AoE. Now, I forget which one. But one taunts and one does an AoE. So... Let's see here. We're going to save these... bots summons here, and let's try to turn rewind on Merc Lieutenant. I want to save him from... I don't want him to do his buff thing. So... See if we can kill Sabretooth. There we go. More buffs. More buffs. Yeah, we're gonna get stuck behind this. Yeah, there we go. Taunt. There we go. And there goes, like... Somehow, Hand Sentry survived, but there goes, like, some of my bots. How many bots did I lose? Oh, Dark Phoenix. Hang in there. Hang in there to the end. Okay, we're gonna try and focus on Merc Lieutenant. Okay, so we have 3 slots, it looks like, for bots, so we can summon. I think Colossus is at his max for death proofs. I don't think he can go above 5 for his boss. And an ability blocked, so that's not good. Let's try and kill Namor. And we didn't. Okay, thanks. Turn rewind. Heal. Oh, hey, we killed Namor. Right, so this one's gonna ult next. So let's blind him. Even though we have no buffs to clear, he should get blinded from that. Let's summon up some more bots, and that should finish up the match soon. Let's put some evades up. Actually, oh yeah, I forgot. So Hand Sentry, when he's level 7, his smoke bomb puts deflects on everyone. It's actually, I think, deflects on everyone. There is extra deflect, maybe not everyone, but there's a few deflects up. Look at all those deflects. Hand Sentry level 7 with the T4s actually isn't terrible. So I see in the hand rework this being some pretty awesome. It could be. There's some potential there. Hand rework. Does anyone have any? Oh, I got that 6 red hand sorcerers that I pulled from my Doc Ock video. So maybe I should start working on my hand team now. Hand Sentry has always been the MVP of the hand team. Him and yeah, really him. I mean, it's just really just him. He's just been really good. Even now, Hand Sentry's not terrible. Like, I think he's actually probably one of the best characters of the hand team because of his special. It used to be quite meta actually in the very early game, believe it or not. I don't know if I need to use the special, the slow. I think we're gonna try and save our cooldowns here for the next. I don't think I probably should have put that on this strife. I don't think we need to use any abilities here. I am gonna use the ult though. Gives me 5 energy back anyways. Yeah, Hand Sentry was really awesome. Now, if we can get back around to his turn, I kind of wanted to show that off, that part of his kit. Here we go. Yeah, so this is what we're talking about here. So, apply evade to 4 allies. I'm assuming those 4 allies are the ones who gets deflect, because Sinister has deflect, I think. Is that Sinister? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's other deflects around here. So I think it's the same characters who get the evade get the deflect. I'm not entirely sure. Was it just him? I don't know. The wording is a bit awkward. Hand Sentry with She-Hulk. No, I haven't, but I don't really use She-Hulk that much. I have her at like level 50, 20k, so she's... I might put some resources into her just for sheer curiosity, but I just... You know, I've said a lot about She-Hulk in the past. Super awkward. The fact that she gets taunt, is it from stealth? There's only a handful of characters in the game that can even do that. Really, it's either Invisible Woman or Hand Sentry, like you just said. So, I just don't know. The viability of her is awkward, to say the least. But her base stats are incredibly high. Okay, yeah, Loki, but you're not going to want to break up your Asgardians for that unless you're a newer player and you don't have the full Asgardian team. You're not going to want to do that. But her base stats is apparently pretty high. Sorry, losing my voice a little bit. Apparently, it's pretty high. So, you know, I've looked at her stats and I might invest into her a little bit. I actually thought of Hand Sentry as well. I think it's a lot better in Blitz. In War you wouldn't want to do that, but yeah, there's potential there. We did pretty well there on that note. We lost. I have dark. I forgot about these dark heal packs. So now that we have the medical supplies, the new medical supplies stuff, they give you this dark energy stuff, which is really good for Phoenix. Now, unfortunately, it caps at 100, right? So that's only 2 characters. So really, that doesn't do much in the whole grand scheme of things for a full team heal. But it is really good for Phoenix. So we're gonna do that. What time are we at? We still have a little bit of time. So I thought we'd be dead by now, but we one-shot that note, so that's great. So let's go on. I did say 2 o'clock, but I might push this to... We'll see. When we clear this, we'll see what's left over. I'm not going to do another Blitz rotation. I'll check Alliance War and Arena really quick after we finish up here in Dark Dimension. This loading's taking forever. Of course, we might not last very long because it's a full new wave. We're going to get slammed with AoEs out of the gate, and I don't know how well we'll do here. So it might not last that long after all. Ouch. Let's get the special off at least. Oh, this could be interesting. So, this is where we want to blind Mysterio, maybe, right? We can clear all these buffs. His AoE, I'm pretty sure, can be blinded. Although the bots survived. Now, who do we clone? Oh, Invisible Woman might be a really good clone. Yeah. Let's go for that. Let's hope she survives. Whoa. So, she put a... Now, I typically would want to put the barrier on. We do have... Oh, we can cleanse the offense down with Emma, actually. So let's put the barrier up. Whoa, we did... Wait a minute. You guys see that? What is this? What's going on with Mysterio here? Okay, that's strange. That's buggy as hell. Let's taunt. What am I looking at? That's crazy. This game's crazy sometimes. We need to get Invisible Woman down and then Scarlet Witch, I think. But I also really hate Human Torch, so let's actually do Human Torch first, because he does a lot of damage. If he gets to his ult, that could be trouble. So let's try and get that down. Did we lose someone? No, we didn't. It looks like we did. But... Let's clear that out. Get some slows. Get some more bots. Hey, it's gone. Mysterio's not hiding anymore. But let's use this. Colossus is hidden, but we need to get 2-turn defense up on everyone again. It did leave Colossus up, but he doesn't actually have the taunt officially. Ooh, we got Human Torch before he did his ult. So that's good. Let's get some more healing on everyone that gives offense. Oh, it didn't clear very many buffs actually, so that's fine. Let's work on Invisible Woman, and then we'll do Scarlet Witch, I think, is the order here. But let's do a multi-hit here. Extend a lot of these buffs. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all those buffs on Colossus. He's got, like, deflect and everything going up. Does he have deflect as well? I thought he did. Oh, it did. It's like stacked up over on this side. Look at all those buffs. Well, you can tell that they're starting to get a lot more hit points on this level, even though we're on Global 2, compared to the first one. Stupid redistribution. Let's clear some of this. I wouldn't say they have double the amount of hit points before, but let's just check really quick. So, in the last level, Sinister had, I think, 800,000 hit points. So let's check this Invisible Woman. She's got 900, so yeah, it's a little bit more than the last node. Can I steal anything here? I don't know if there's... Offense down. I think everyone has it, but let's hit the Mysterio just in case. I don't even know why we did that, actually. Oh, there goes another bot. We still have quite a bit of... How many... We have 9 down, so... don't need to summon bots yet. Sometimes it's hard to tell everything that I have on my screen, how many characters I have up. It gets a bit convoluted. There we go. Invisible Woman down. Let's get Scarlet Witch next, although it's probably going to be Mysterio at this point. It's too bad we couldn't get 2 Invisible Womans. That would be great. Wait, is she dead? No! No! We lost the clone. We lost the Invisible Woman clone. And actually, Dark Phoenix is almost dead. We need to get some more healing on her. We need to get some slows up. Okay, taunt is off. Oh, there we go. Special number 2. So if you can get 2 specials off when fighting with Dark Phoenix and Dark Dimension 3, that's when you know you've done really well. Let's knock back some turn bar. We can probably get... Let's do another taunt. And some deflects. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Colossus gives deflect on his special, so maybe that's where everyone was getting their deflects from, and it wasn't actually from Hand Sentry. Although it does do deflect, maybe it's just on himself, so maybe it's not as good as I thought it was. I don't want to kill the... Wait. This is pre-rework Mysterio, I'm pretty sure, so it's not going to trigger the revive, I'm fairly certain. I want to leave these up because as soon as we clear these, it's probably going to trigger another wave. See you, Sad Pony, if you're leaving the stream. See you next Saturday if you're interested. And of course, thanks for coming. And of course, anyone else who might be dipping out over the next little while. We'll probably be going for maybe another 30 minutes and then calling it. Oh boy. More clones. Right. So, ideally, I would like to get... I'm always super afraid of alting Venom Vision, because if he dodges this, which he probably will, because there's RNG. Oh my god! You... I hate you! I knew it! I knew it! Shouldn't have done it. Boy. Oh, God. I totally saw that coming. I hate anyone who can dodge, who has an inherent dodge rate of like 10% or higher, gets like doubled or tripled when the AI uses it. Yeah. Okay, now we're definitely getting a new wave. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't actually as many as I thought, unless we're getting more in a second. Let's put some slows out. How many? We have space for 1 bot, so I don't think that's probably worth it. Let's clear this for the buff extension. We'll probably see some more characters drop down in a second. Shocker probably needs to go, because he's going to buff the rest of the Sinister Six members here. I should have probably extended the boss, but... Well, this is not a very good option for cloning, so I'm actually going to save it and not do anything this turn. At least we'll get Shocker down before he actually does a special, so that's good. This is... Oh, maybe we'll take a Scarlet Witch. Right, so who do we need to blind? Probably Namor, because he's going to do an AoE. Unfortunately, that takes Emma Frost out of her diamond form, where she actually survives a lot better. Mr. Fantastic. I think this might... Who else is in this level? I think the Mr. Fantastic... he strips buffs, so... And there's going to be another Human Torch. So if we kill Mr. Fantastic, actually, that way... he won't assist with the other Fantastic Four who might drop down later. Dark Dimension levels take a long time, that's for sure. Let's clone Scarlet Witch though, because at least she can redistribute health, add some defense up, things like that, so it's better than nothing. Nope, didn't kill him. Okay. Oh, wait! I forgot! Oh, Namor's alt. Can't be blinded. Let's redistribute that. That's another Dark Phoenix special. I think that's my third one, maybe? So far. Oh, there goes Scarlet Witch. That didn't last very long. We might be on the outs here. We're not looking too hot on our stats. Our health is doing pretty poor. Uh-oh. 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 Emma Frost is down. Okay, so this might be the end of it. But, you know, hey, for one solid run, we did pretty well. I'm not going to use my cooldowns, actually, anymore. We'll just do as much damage as we can here. I just said that, and then I used the alt. But that's okay. So we're going to save our cooldowns. I think we did pretty well. With one full run, we one-shot Global 1, and not quite half of this node, but we did a lot of damage. That's fairly impressive, I would say. Considering how bad... Global is quite possibly the worst in Dark Dimension 3, so even though I've already cleared it, of course, you know, it was still nice to see, because once we get through Global, eventually, at some point in time, it'll make the rest of it will be pretty easy. Let's give it a check to see how much damage we actually ended up doing here. 14 million damage. Actually, we did almost half of Global 2. So, you know what? With more or less one attempt on Global 1 and Global 2, it wasn't a one-shot on Global 1, but because we did suicide a little bit. But, you know, I'm happy with that. That's good. Let's double back onto... I don't think anyone cleared that Merc team, but let's double check anyways, and then we'll do one last arena attack. And if anyone has anything they want to ask me while they're here, looks like we didn't do reactor anyway, so I'm not gonna do any more attacks at the moment. Gonna go to arena. If anyone wants to ask me anything, has any questions about the game, anything that's going on right now, feel free to add it in the chat, or of course, feel free to get at me in Discord. You can find the link to my Discord if you're not already in it anyways, in the description below. So feel free to find me there. I'm very easily reachable via Discord, and that's probably the best way to get a hold of me. Fat Thor in the hoodie. So I'm if I'm spending cores for this, I probably do what I definitely beat this guy at 570, but this will probably be an easier win. So 25 cores. The only reason why I spend cores on my arena is because I get like an extra 150 cores sometimes as payouts, so 25 for an extra 125 or so is usually worth it in the end for me. But I don't normally pay for more than 2 maximum for arena matches. Only if it's going to increase my payout. Ooh, wow. I really need to work on getting my Ebony Maw's ISO class to 5. I'm thinking of switching him to Striker, or sorry, not Striker, Skirmisher, to add vulnerability when he applies his debuffs to the primary target. Also improves his focus by 50% as well. So I don't think that the healer ISO is really making a huge difference at this point, other than the fact that I'm getting extra hit points for being level 4. But in the end, the minor regen, I don't think really adds a whole lot, especially in arena. I don't think it makes a big difference. Oh boy! We just lost Ebony Maw. Let's hope we get our ultimate off here. We don't yet, but it has offense up, so hopefully we can get that. His Ebony Maw is going to die. He's going to bleed out probably there. There we go. Bye-bye. bring down the world on them. Alright, and that's the end of my arena, and probably the end of my live stream here, unless anyone has anything that they want to talk about or have me discuss. I'll give it about a minute or so, just in case anyone wants to see anything of mine. We'll just, I don't know, putter around in my roster for a bit. Otherwise, we'll be ending it out for the day. Did I pick up my energy? No, I didn't. So I've got a habit of not actually picking that up. Let's spend that really quick. Otherwise, of course, I want to thank everyone for joining my live stream this weekend, and hope everyone has the rest of their weekend, has a good rest of the weekend. Oh, man, I can't even talk. And whatever they end up getting up to this weekend and Saturday, or whatever day it happens to be where you are in the world watching from. So, coming up in terms of video-wise, I think we have my tier list video, which is going to be going live tomorrow morning. And then I have some other stuff coming out early in the week, and we'll see what kind of stuff pops out at us throughout the week. And I'll probably do an update on my progress near the end of the Anti-Venom event, and that's sort of things that are coming up immediately. If we get any more news on Reddit or anything from the devs or anything like that, I'll be sure to report on that. I need to farm some more ISOs here. Three, that's not bad. And my regular energy is going, oh, not that, is going to do more campaign. So, which one? This one? There we go. And that's my energy spent. 4 mini uniques, that's nice. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of my live stream, I think, here, since nobody has actually said anything that they want to see, so I'm assuming that we're... so do you think... Sorry, do I think Struts is better? Who is Struts? Or what is Struts? Who or what is Struts? Or was that a typo? Better as a healer or fortifier? Who do I think is better as a healer or fortifier? Strife. I think he's a bit of a weird one. I have mentioned Fortifier in the past. Fortifier is not very good at very low levels, but if you can get Fortifier to level 3 or higher, then it's much better that way. I would say in the beginning, probably healer. But I think he's a bit of a wild card. Like, it doesn't really matter too much, I would say. Where's my Marauders? I'm trying to find it. What do I currently... I actually currently have him at Raider, apparently. Is that Raider? But it doesn't... A Skirmisher. I have him at Skirmisher for some reason, but I don't know if it matters too much. Maybe I shouldn't have him at Skirmisher, actually, because... I think that's just for clearing... not clearing, adding vulnerabilities. But longer term... Fortifier 5 would be really good, but that's really down the line. It's just that Fortifier really sucks in the beginning. I don't think, unless you're a very early game player, I don't think 10,000 barriers is really going to make a huge difference in the Fortifier class. Fortifier is very underwhelming very early on. So it's not until really you get to kind of level 3, and really it's like level 5, I would say that's really good. So... It does bypass heal block, of course. Barrier is good. I would say it just doesn't get good until level 3 or higher, so it's really up to you, I suppose. I think having one of the other classes is fine, and then switch to Fortifier or something at level 3, possibly. I think that could be reasonable, but it doesn't really make a huge difference at level 1 and level 2, I would say. Level 5 Fortifier is really good if they have a lot of hit points, because that's 35,000 barrier on spawn and 7% barrier per turn of his max health. So it definitely like ramps up a lot, 3 and 5, but in the early at level 1 and 2 really doesn't make much of a difference. So I hope some of that helps. If anyone else has anything left to say or anything to ask, I'll leave this for another minute or so. Otherwise, we'll be calling the live stream here until next Saturday. But I want to thank everyone, of course, for joining in for the stream, however long you guys joined me for, and for supporting my channel and catching up with my videos. So, oh, I forgot to check my store, but I don't know how many of these I actually need. Did I not check my store before the... Guess not. I must have forgot. Pick up some more of these things. I always pick up things when I'm like under 150 or so. So that I always have enough for like a fresh character. Corvus Glaive, definitely need that. X-23, definitely need that. Alien Spores, definitely need more of those. Nothing in there that I'm really saving up for at the moment. Okay, so that there we go, and that clears my objective as well. There we go, I'm done for the day. So that is everything for today's live stream, guys. So since nobody else has said anything in chat, thanks for coming along for the stream. Of course, feel free to get at me in Discord if you want to have a conversation with me, or you have any questions, or need any advice, tips, or whatever for Marvel Strike Force. Thanks everyone for coming out today, and I'll see you all next time or on my next video. So until then, guys, take care.